Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shane Eikenberry. You're watching another episode of Eiken Barbecue. Today, we're going to be smoking up this pork belly. We're going to break it down, make it into some pork belly burnt ends. Probably the single best bite of barbecue you can eat. It's going to be a really fun video, so stay tuned. Alright, so to start, we have this really beautiful, it's a 4.5 pound piece of pork belly. This is essentially what you would make bacon out of if you were going to make some bacon, but we're doing things a little different today. We're going to cut this into 1x1 cubes, or as best as we can get to 1x1 cubes. So I'm going to start here on the edge, maybe a little bigger than one. And if you haven't had pork belly burnt ends, they are excellent. This might be more like 2x2. Alright, I got a little overzealous on my first cut, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these in half. Alright, we went ahead and fixed the cuts. I'll show you kind of what we're working with here. Just a little 1x1 cube. And this thing is going to be chock full of flavor. We're not going to do any trimming on this. We could trim some of this hard fat on the end, but my plan is just to render it down and really enjoy the fat that comes along with the little bit of meat that you get in these things. It's not a healthy meal by any means, but it is delicious. Alright, gonna add some flavor to them. Alright, went ahead and separated them into these foil trays. This will help kind of contain the mess, I guess. We're going to use a binder today. We're going to be using this yellow mustard. Won't add any flavor, it'll just help the rub stick. Just want enough in there that it'll coat all of them. Rub it around. Make sure you get that mustard on all the sides. You don't have to use a binder. I just plan to throw these on the pit right after I get them done here, and this will help. If you have a little time to rest before you're throwing them on a pit, you can go ahead and put the rub on without any binder, and that'll give it enough time to adhere and soak in. Alright, for today's cook, we're going to go ahead and start with the Meat Church Honey Hog. This will give it a really nice sweet flavor. And this pork is very salty, just like bacon. Keep that in mind. So this sweet will do very well. Alright, and to complement that, we're going to be using the Killer Hogs Hot Barbecue Rub. This will give it a nice little kick. And color. All these Killer Hogs products give a really nice color. Alright, and then just mix them up. We got all these coated really well. We're going to get them onto some wire racks just to help maneuvering them to and from the grill. Gonna get them out there on the pit at 250 and let them go for a little while. Get back with you guys then. Alright, got the pit running at 250. Gonna get the pork belly set on. I don't know if you can see, I have these little metal racks here. Just gonna make life easy. Make sure you spread them out evenly. You don't want them to touch. And we're cooking on the Traeger today, and if you are cooking on the Traeger, keep in mind most Traegers toward the smokestack, it'll run a little warmer, so you may want to flip these at some point in the cook. And we're using a cherry wood for this one. Can't really beat cherry and pork. It's a really excellent flavor. Alright, we did our absolute best trying to fit them. We're going to go ahead and get this pit closed up, let it run at 250 for about 2 hours, and then we're going to check on them. Alright, it's been about an hour. We're going to get a look at them, switch these racks around. As I told you, the end with the smokestack runs a little warmer, so we're going to make it cook even. And they look delicious. They look good and they smell good. And that's why I use the racks. Makes cooking a little easier. Alright, got about an hour left to go. Pork belly has been on there for about an hour and 45 minutes. It's got about 15 minutes to go. I'm going to use that 15 minutes to go ahead and make up a sauce to throw in there with it. I have this Hot Wachula's Peach BBQ Sauce. This stuff is incredible. I'm not sponsored, I promise you, but this is the best barbecue sauce I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm going to thin it out with some of the Blues Hog Red. It's just a vinegar-based sauce, a little thinner. It's got some spice to it as well. Should come out pretty good. Going to use one whole bottle of the peach and thin it with about a half cup of the red. I'm not too worried about waste here. I can always pour this in a mason jar and use it for a barbecue sauce later on. Just instantly went from not hungry to starving. Gonna get this on the pit, let it warm up for that 15 minutes. Then we're gonna bring the pork belly inside, get it in a tray, get this sauce over it. That's when we're gonna get some tenderness put to them. Okay, as you can see, these things look good enough to eat already, and they are. I've already tried one. They're delicious. But we are gonna kick it up a notch and add this barbecue sauce mixture that you just seen. You wanna make sure all of it gets coated. Nice coating. There we go. And mix them up in there. From here, we're gonna add some aluminum foil, but I actually have the aluminum foil in my cart underneath here, so I gotta get that out real quick. And then we're gonna let it go back on the cooker for about another 2 hours. Let it get extremely tender and produce some awesome flavor. Got the aluminum foil on. They're gonna go back on the pit for another 2 hours, and then we're gonna start checking for tenderness. Still at 250, we're gonna let it ride. And I'm putting it as far away from the smokestack as possible. This has been about 2 hours. We're gonna get a look at them. And they look delicious. Okay, I'm gonna get them out of here, get them back on those racks that we originally started them on, and let them tack up, and we're gonna try them out. Stay tuned. Got them set out on this rack. I'm gonna get this closed up, and I'm just gonna go long enough for them to tack up. So it'll probably be about 15 minutes. Then we get to taste them. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. We're gonna get a good look at them now. And yeah, they look delicious. Let's go ahead and see how tender they are. This bad boy right here. Jeez. That one could use a little. My gosh. Gonna get them off here, get them plated up, let them rest a little bit, then we're gonna give them a taste test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the taste test. It's a really easy cook. As you can see, the results are incredible. These things are super tender. You just pull right apart. Try and show you guys. Let's see if I can get one. Show you guys up close. They literally just, hopefully that's in frame, don't know. Yeah, they're just little sponges of deliciousness. I'm gonna go ahead and taste. I'm gonna go ahead and taste one now. Pretty daring to do this in a white shirt. They literally just melt in your mouth. Like, I'm not even kidding. You don't have to chew much at all. You could use your tongue, and that's it. They're incredible. You get that sweetness from the Meat Church Honey Hog, and you get a little kick of that spice from the Killer Hogs Barbecue Hot. That hot Wachula's peach shines through a lot. You can really taste the wood flavor. Yeah, it's a really simple cook and a really rewarding cook. You don't want to eat too many of these though. I mean, this is pretty much just a chunk of bacon. You'll get a stomach ache. But pass them around your pork party, stick some toothpicks in them, serve them as an appetizer. They're excellent. Today's cook was really simple. We cut them into these little 1-inch cubes, used the mustard binder, added some of the honey hog and the Killer Hogs, and you don't need these. You can use any of your favorite pork rubs or any of your rubs that you like in general. I like to stick to the sweet and spicy just because there's so much salt in the pork already. It works really well. From there, make sure they're covered, get them out of the smoker, 250 for 2 hours. After the 2 hours, you want to pull them off, get them into some type of pan. I use the aluminum pans. You can get them at Sam's Club. It's 35 of them for like $7. I'm sure they sell them all over the place, but they work really well for barbecue. Yeah, and once you have them in that pan, go ahead and add your favorite barbecue sauce. I use the hot Wachula's peach. That stuff is incredible. Mix it with a little bit of that vinegar sauce from Blues Hog. The Blues Hog vinegar sauce. Hopefully I didn't mess that up earlier in the video too. Killer Hogs, Blue Hogs, and Honey Hog. It's a nightmare. Yeah, and you just want enough in there to cover them. Go ahead, put them back on in the pit. About 2 hours at 250. You don't have to mess with the temp. 2 hours later, you're gonna have, I mean, these little bits of deliciousness. Let them sit for about 10 minutes and they're ready to eat, and these things are good. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you try it. Let me know how it turns out. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.